11 years. That is how long a federal judge has sentenced a former Columbus police officer to prison. Andrew Mitchell pleaded guilty to 2 counts of deprivation of rights and 1 count of obstruction of justice.
Now, court papers say the crime started in 2017 when Mitchell was a detective in the now disbanded Vice Unit. NBC4's Anna Hoffman was in the courtroom today. Anna, what can you tell us?
Jen and Jared, 11 years was the maximum sentence allowed with Mitchell's plea deal. He did give a statement in court today apologizing and talking about the pain this has caused his family. However, the prosecution responded to this by saying Mitchell caused way more pain to the victims. Court records show at least 2 times when Mitchell used his power as a police officer to force prostitutes to perform sexual acts in exchange for their freedom. The judge says Mitchell also had 2 people clean his apartment, so evidence could not be gathered in a search warrant. The prosecution did read a statement from one of the victims. In it, the person said Mitchell caused them endless pain. These federal charges came 1 week after he was indicted in the death of Donna Castleberry. That murder case was taken to trial twice in the Franklin County courts. The first ended in a mistrial. The second, Mitchell was acquitted. Mitchell has already served 5 years in the Butler County Jail. He originally pleaded not guilty, but changed that plea in December. As a part of the plea deal, Mitchell will not have to register as a sex offender upon his release.
Anytime a defendant gets sentenced, there's collateral damage, and his family and the child is obviously collateral damage. But the reality is there's way more damage that Mitchell himself did. So I'm frankly not very sympathetic.
This was a resolution that he took responsibility for. He said, I want to take responsibility and I want a date and time when I know at least I can come home.
Mitchell's family was in the courtroom, including his wife and mother. Also in the courtroom today, Castleberry's family. I spoke with her sister after the sentencing and asked if she considers this justice. She said no, it will never be enough because her sister is not coming back. Jared.
All right, Anna, thank you. Now, the Mitchell investigation and the 2018 arrest of adult film star Stormy Daniels were among the cases that eventually led to the disbanding of the Columbus Police Vice Unit. Mitchell retired from the force a day after that announcement.
But in 2019, Columbus Police announced a sweeping restructuring plan, which included a replacement for the disbanded Vice Unit. That plan aimed to boost accountability and increase communication between police and civilians.